Hey everyone, happy Sunday to you. I hope all is well. I hope you have had this first week to settle into the course, or I hope you have settled into the course and really looked ahead and see what this course is like. So again, we have another small class here, and everyone I have in this class, I either have in 1300 or I have had in 1300. So this class is very different than that one. Set up very differently. In fact, this week you have no assignment due. You won't have an assignment due every week, but most weeks you will. So this one is, but you still need to stay up on your reading because in week 4 you have a quiz, your first quiz, but it'll be over 3 chapters. So this is your first week to read Introduction to Substance Abuse Counseling, Chapter 1. Chapter 2 next week, Ethical and Legal Issues. That's always an interesting conversation. And then you'll do a DB. There'll be a little prompt. So these DBs are a little different than the others. There's a little case study in most cases that you do, and then you respond accordingly. So I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a few minutes, how that looks. And then followed by your first quiz, there's an article to read called the Blum article. And then, you're building here, you're learning about the introduction to substance abuse counseling, some legal and ethical issues. You're going to learn a little bit more about the substances, the ideology of substance abuse. Then you're going to start to get into assessment, diagnosis, treatment plans, and treatment settings. And I worked in a treatment center for about 8 years of my career, almost 9. So I have a lot of experience to share with you about what that looks like. And then individual treatment, group counseling, family counseling, relapse prevention, special populations, prevention, on and on. And then you have, so in week 9, right after spring break, all these are building on each other, right? We know about these substances, and this is where the classes in the class 1300 comes in handy really much, that doesn't even make sense, very much so here, because in a treatment plan, what are we doing, right? Goals, objectives, interventions. Where are we sending somebody? What are we doing? What is our purpose here? And so you're going to have your first treatment plan. And in this course, you have 2 major assignments that are worth half your grade, right? 25% of your grade each, 250 points each. And I'll meet with everybody via Zoom, or at least offer to meet one evening. I'll probably set up 2 times to meet up one evening. To go over treatment planning if you want to do that. But all this really does build one week on top of the next. So if you miss a week, it's a challenge to, jump back and get in the middle of things. So try not to do that. But yes, that's how this works. You'll have a treatment plan, then week 14, you'll have or week 15, you'll have your theories paper due. And it's not like a 10-page paper, it's a 2-page paper. So nothing major, but it's to introduce you to really get familiar with one of 2 you get to choose theories of counseling and cognitive behavioral therapy or motivational interviewing. And both are everything I do, honestly, most everything I do. So yes, there's that. And so that's something that you need to keep an eye on as we go through, because that'll sneak up on us. It happens every semester. It sneaks up on us like that, right? Next thing we know, we're here. I don't have time. And you got 9 weeks to get prepared for this treatment plan and 15 to get prepared for this paper. So that's how this is going to go. And so, as I mentioned, the DBs are a little different most of the time, not all of them. So, give me 2 seconds here. Bear with me, and I'll show you here exactly what I mean. I'm sorry, I'm on Blackboard right now. So, in week 2, let's see. Okay, so let's see. Week 2, nothing's due. Week 3 is our first DB. All right, so here's what I'm trying to get to. So yes, you'll have a case study on Jamal, and it's located in Chapter 2, page 47, and you answer the following questions. So I want a little more explanation than just answering the questions, right? Rather than what are the possible legal issues? What are the possible ethical issues? What does it impact? How would you resolve or address the case? You still need to use your textbook as a resource here. So you stay in the habit of that, but you don't have to follow the 200 to 250 words. You answer these within reason, and you can't give me one word answers clearly, right? But you'll answer these questions. But the same thing applies. That's still due on a Thursday night. Then Saturday, you will need to do 2 of your peer reviews or responses, just the same as any other DB. So let's see when the next DB is. DB for week 8. Let's see what that looks like, because I think they are all, let's see, these case studies. Yeah, okay. So this one's the case of Sam. And so, yeah, these are case studies. You don't necessarily have to... they're going to be different than the other class where they're 200 to 250 words. I'll tell you like this. I'm not going to make a word count on them, provided you're making an effort to make it make sense, right? If I can follow that, but the second it starts to not make sense and you're just one word answering me, which I don't think that's really possible here, then we'll talk about a word count. But right now, ignore those rules, and we're just going to follow the DB prompts. So anyway, I hope that's not too confusing, but if so, I'll clarify next week again. I'm going to keep this video short since 1300s was a little bit long and we don't really have anything due this week. As always, I'm here to help you. I'm here to walk with you through this process. Anything you don't know, have questions about, concerns about, anything course related, happy to. But anything outside of that, I'm always happy to chop it up about the field of work or study, intervention work, SAP work, private practice, working at a facility, anything like that. I'm happy to meet you anytime, as often as you need throughout the semester for Zoom calls. Whatever it is, guys, I hope you've really found your way through this course, kind of get a handle on what it looks like. Like my other courses, I will offer extra credit about midway through. I will always offer bonus points along the way. So guys, I hope you have a great week, and we'll touch base next week.